you can figure out whether or not that a known terrorist watch list person is in America. There are a few other ways, but I don't think that applies here. And to me, that is the most shocking piece of news I've seen in recent history, especially as a counterterrorism guy, as a national security prosecutor, an intel guy, and DOD guy. That's, Peter Doocy was right to ask the White House. It took 19 terrorist hijackers to execute 9/11. Now you got 42 guys you're telling us about who are known terrorist watch listers running around America. What are you doing about it? And how closely are these 42 people being watched? I know what it takes to watch one terrorist in America. I did it from coast to coast, and it took 6 teams of 40 guys to watch this one person just to stay on them because they were a known terrorist that we were targeting for investigatory purposes, which is what you're supposed to do. The bigger problem, well, I wouldn't say it's the bigger problem. Maybe a problem of equal magnitude is if the DHS secretary is telling America we found 42 that came in, what about the others that you missed? Let me put it in perspective for our audience. In March of 2022, 221,000 illegal immigrants crossed our southern border. 221,000. The Homeland Security Secretary came out and said they got 42. I know in my work in national security over my career, that means they missed a lot, which is equally scary. Who did they miss? And not just terrorists. What about narco traffickers? What about murderers? What about rapists? What about just outright criminals? And to me, it highlights the failure of the Biden administration's national security policy, specifically here, the border. They are doing something completely in opposite of what we did under President Trump. And I think it's failing. The statistics speak for themselves. I think Americans should be alarmed and concerned and demand